right, Latin 1, now it's time. It's the future tense. So for the future tense, I want to direct your attention to page 201. It has a chart on there that you should copy down, two charts actually, that you should copy down. And then there will be several exercises within chapter 23 that I want you to do, and then go ahead and go back and translate chapter 22 after you've done enough of those exercises so that you're clear, because there is some future tense stuff in there. All right. So the future tense, very simply, can be translated as will love. Okay? So always use the word will with future. Don't use would. Okay? Use will. And don't use contractions either. You don't get to yet. So the future tense translates as will love. It uses the infinitive for its stem, which is the second principal part. It uses two different sets of endings, which is unique, actually. There's no other verb tense that does this, okay? So in the future tense, if you're in the first or second conjugation, you're going to use bo, bis, bit, bimus, bitis, bunt. And if you're in the third and fourth conjugations, you're going to use am, es, et, emus, etis, ent. Now, what I recommend is you use the exact same song that you did when you were learning the imperfect. Remember the really creepy jazz fusion one, the bam, bas, bat, bamus, batis, bant, because you can do that with bo, bis, bit, bimus, bitis, bunt, am, es, et, emus, etis, ent. I think that's probably the best song to get stuck in your head for this, because it will help you. It's already familiar. It's already drawing on the same tense, and it'll help you memorize both sets of endings pretty quickly. Remember, first and seconds, bo, bis, bit, bimus, bitis, bunt. Thirds and fourths, am, es, et, emus, etis, ent. Now again, you should probably copy down that chart, which is on page 201, and that will help you. How to put this? Honestly, it's just a matter of repetition and constantly doing it. Now, on your cards, you remember what we used for the stem, right? On your cards, you're going to do that bottom section on the lower left, okay? So it's going to go present tense, imperfect tense, and the future tense goes right down there. The next two tenses I teach you after that will be in the perfects, which you can figure out where you get stems from that. So, how to conjugate the future tense? Very simple. Step 1, take the infinitive, which is also known as the second principal part now. Number 2, knock off the infinitive ending. Most of the time that's going to be re. Now, with irregular verbs, there are different ways to do it, but for almost all your verbs, knock off the infinitive ending, which is an re. Third step, okay, add on your personal endings. Now, this should seem really familiar because it's the same process over and over and over again. We can thank the Romans for dying before they complicated things. Now, the personal endings for the first and second conjugations are bo, bis, bit, bimus, bitis, bunt. And for thirds and fourths, it's am, es, et, emus, etis, ent. Step 4 is floss. Now, let's do some examples. Here is a first conjugation verb, clamo, clamare, to shout out. So step 1, take the infinitive. Step 2, knock off the re. Step 3, add on bo, bis, bit, bimus, bitis, bunt, your personal endings. So I will shout, you will shout, he, she, it will shout, we will shout, y'all will shout, they will shout. Same thing's true for third and fourth conjugations. Step 1, take the infinitive, skire. Step 2, knock off the re. So now you've got ski, okay? And then skiam, skies, skiet, skiemus, skietis, skient. Am, es, et, emus, etis, ent. So I will know, you will know, he, she, it will know, we will know, y'all will know, they will know. That's how it works. Now that's true of ios of the thirds and fourths. Regular thirds follows the exact same pattern. So if it's cado, cadera, okay, knock off the re, so it's cada. But notice that takes over the sound. And all the rest, the e just overpowers it all the way through. Again, page 201 really highlights that because it does it with mite. Now the last thing I'll show you is just a couple examples how to translate. So here he is. Milo boem circum arenam cross portabit. Sorry, this is all backwards for me. So Milo will carry the cow around the sand tomorrow. He will do it because we're using the future tense, okay? The second one, the boe semper sub plena luna mugient. The cows always will moo under a full moon. Now, notice that I kept the word will right next to the verb. I really strongly recommend you do that. Instead of saying will always, say always will moo. Okay, don't say will always moo. Always will moo. It's just going to be easier and tidier for you when you're translating. So those are a couple of examples for how to translate the perfect tense. Now, for exercises, I strongly recommend you do 23D before you do anything else on the futures, okay? Because it helps highlight the difference between second conjugation present tense and third conjugation future tense. So I strongly recommend you do that. Then bounce back and do 23B, as in puer, and then do 23C, because that's the English to Latin. For extra practice, take a look at 23H. But before you do that, there's a chart on page 205 that you should copy down because all the irregular verbs. Most of them are going to be ames et verbs, okay, except for esse and ire. So do 23H after you've copied down that chart. Then take a look at exercise 23E. Okay, and 23E kind of brings it all back together for you. So 23D, then B, then C, then the chart on page 205, then H, then back to E. Then translate everything. Okay, translate 22, translate 23, and translate 23F, because 23F also has the future tense in it. Okay, and that should pretty much take care of it. There might be another tense listed in there, but don't worry too much about it. Just translate it as it comes up to you. And then, yeah, that takes care of it. So when next we speak, I will talk to you about another tense after that. And then I will give you all the translation chapters. And that way you can have all the lessons, do all the lessons, and then do the translations and spend your week doing that. I hope that you're all doing well. I hope that your weekend is fun. It's raining. I figured out that I've been home with my kids since you guys left me. So I've never not had a kid around me. And I've figured out a new name for what I do. Parentine. I'm going to hit the button now.